Hey guys, welcome to ATG. My name is Andy and I've just had a sneak peek at the latest Joe Hill comic book, Plunge. Let's take a look. So, as you may know, in October 2019, Joe Hill launched Hill House Comics on DC's Black Label. So far the lineup includes Basketful of Heads, The Dollhouse Family, Lolo Woods and Daphne Byrne. All limited runs that last for between 6 to 7 issues, so they are perfect for the casual reader or just the busy horror comic book nerd dad that I am. But coming in the middle of February, we have the latest title called Plunge. This is the second title that has been written by Joe Hill, Basketful of Heads being the other one, and it is something that I cannot wait to get my hands on. An exploration vessel goes missing whilst at sea with all crew being presumed dead. 4 decades pass and miraculously the vessel appears on a radar in the middle of remote Alaska, of all places. When the recovery crew come to salvage the wreckage, they discover that the crew are very much alive and they haven't aged a day. Despite having a fundamentally improved mathematical ability, the crew are now actually completely blind. They seem to have suffered some kind of infection which has eaten away at the eyeballs, leaving the crew with just completely empty eye sockets. Nice. On top of this, they do have some abilities that they didn't have before, all of which remain a bit of a mystery at this point, but I'm really eager to see what the details of this are. So in an interview, Hill has said that the creative crew were kind of going for an 80s sci-fi horror vibe, something similar to The Thing or Aliens. They wanted to focus on building a sense of claustrophobia and focusing on an overwhelming sense of horror. So I've spoken a lot about Joe Hill, and for those of you who don't know who he is, he's a very prolific horror writer that is responsible for a lot of key titles such as Lock and Key and Nosferatu. The artwork has been done by Stuart Immonen. It's the first time he's done any work for DC for over a decade, so this is a real celebration of what the man can achieve. Just looking at the examples, you can see that his style just matches the storyline absolutely perfectly. The detail and the faces of the characters are just absolutely on point. This man is incredibly talented. Dave Stewart is on board for colours. He's done some really good work on the Hellboy series. So just pulling up on the screen now, on the left hand side we have the raw pencils by Stuart Immonen, and then the fully fleshed out, coloured and inked right hand image by Dave Stewart. So another piece of artwork that I've managed to get hold of for you is the original painting that was used for the cover art of issue 1. If you have a look at that, that's on the left hand side, and then you can see that there's been some additional elements added. We have also another page where there is a deep sea diver feeding a shark. You know, she's not swimming away from the shark, she's actively going down there to feed the shark. So what is the situation here? Why is the shark being kept alive? What's the significance of that? We've also got a page where you see the water that is sweeping through the vessel, and a mathematical equation has been written on the wall in blood. So whose blood is that? Is that the blood of the surviving crew? Is that the blood of someone that they've killed? Is it the blood of somebody who has come to salvage the wreckage that has been now killed by the surviving crew of the vessel? So in this page we see a US Coast Guard walking his dog. The colorist has done a fantastic job on this book, and just looking at the facial expression of the Coast Guard just before he turns around and sees the 50-foot squids that are just dead on the beach, I mean that's just it's phenomenal. This is what I love about comic books. You know, I don't like rush art. I don't like anything that just looks like the people that are behind it just don't really care. There has definitely been a lot of time and attention and detail put into this art, and I think that should be appreciated. I think this title is just a real labour of love for the creative team. Everyone seems to be really invested, really involved, and it seems like they're pushing each other to get the best out of one another, and that's just great to see. Personally, after looking at everything that I've seen for Plunge, I think this has got movie written all over it. Whether that be a Netflix original or whether it goes to theatres, I genuinely don't know. But if you're one of those comic book collectors that likes to collect the first prints of adaptations that become either movies or TV shows, this is one that you're going to want to pick up, so I would place your pre-order now. Personally, I love films and books and TV shows that focus on the deep fear. I'm also a big fan of storylines that put the main characters in total isolation, where they're miles and miles away from civilization or any kind of assistance. I think that's just really creepy in and of itself. So the big questions that remain are, why did the eye sockets glow? Did the boat get sucked into another dimension? Maybe it went through like a kind of Bermuda Triangle type place. For me, this just seems like it's got the perfect balance between mystery and horror. So guys, let us know if you're going to pick up a copy in the comment section below. Really eager to see how much interest there is out there for this book. I'm really pumped about it. I literally cannot wait to read the whole story. Please subscribe and click the notification bell so that you're the first to know when we publish our full review in mid-February. Until then, keep it geeky.